It was a great Wednesday night for Celtic Football Club as they went through. They advanced to the next round of the Champions League. Chris Sutton was a happy man. I'm sure there was a lot of other happy boys as well. But the fact of the matter is this, Chris Sutton, he's not so happy about one thing. And that one thing in particular is Kyogo Furuhashi. Because he could be on his way out, folks. Alright? He could be on his way out. It's a deal that we reported. Not saying we broke the news. We just reported the news a couple of days ago. You know, it didn't seem true at the time. Kyogo for 10 million and a Yota swap deal just didn't sound right. You know, it just didn't sound like that was going to come to fruition. But here on this Thursday morning, afternoon now, things are getting a wee bit more serious. And Chris Sutton has responded to the rumours and he said, and I quote, "All the rumours doing the rounds regarding ins and outs at Celtic. The one thing I really aren't keen on is Kyogo leaving in January, especially with Champions League and domestic to play for. If that's the case, his replacement will have to be pretty special and have to hit the ground running." End of quote. I think most of us can agree with that. That's something that I don't think many people can disagree with because Kyogo is a special player. He is the best striker this league has seen over the past, 4 years? Quite easily. The trophies, the numbers, all that stuff, he backs it up. The big games as well, he doesn't go missing. He misses a chance here or there, but here, if he was putting most of them away, he'd be playing for Real Madrid. I think that it's quite that simple, That's what happens when you miss chances. You're not... He would though, like, Kyogo's movement is that good. If he was banging, if he wasn't missing a little portion of goals, he wouldn't be here, and that's just the reality of it, folks, you know what I mean? But Kyogo, let's look at it. Let's deep dive into it. Of course, there's a lot of ins and outs. I've seen this morning. See TalkSport, they're about 5 years out of date. Oh, Kieran Tierney on verge of pre-contract agreement with Celtic. It's like, that was reported back at the end of December. So what's it really doing now? You know what I mean? So, TalkSport, load of nonsense. As for Yota coming back in, to be honest, I don't watch much Saudi League. I doubt most of us do. I don't really know what he's really been doing over Rennes. I think we looked at his stats. They weren't that overly impressive. But the fact that it wasn't, what's impressive about Yota was his stats in Scotland. Very good goals. Obviously once Kyogo leaves, maybe a few people will switch allegiances and be like, Yota was always better. But it's a weird one because it's not going to affect Celtic the rest of this season, I don't know. You can easily just play Yota on the left and Idah up front. But do they have to strengthen him up front? You know what I mean? I keep calling him John Joe Kenny, even though he did have a loan spell at Celtic, by the way. Johnny Kenny and Adam Idah. Adam Idah contributed massively last night. Can he contribute massively for the rest of the season, though, if he's the main man? I think there's a lot of question marks hanging over that. He does go on to speak about the Champions League. I think if Celtic are to do better, go get past the knockouts, last 16, they're going to need Kyogo, in my personal opinion, unless the guy they bring in, as Sutton says, is pretty special and hits the ground running. I know Idah helped massively last night, but we all know, I don't think Idah's not going to do anything. I don't think there's any reason for Celtic to fear teams. They could get like a Man City. Man City are not looking too good right now. They're still in the top 4 in the league, but I think from a Celtic point of view, there's nothing really to fear. This is the perfect time to play City if you look at the course of the last 5 years or whatever. But you would just be more confident with Kyogo up front than Adam Idah. And as for domestically, the league's wrapped up. It's 13 points, folks. I don't really think the worry is domestically. But then saying that, Kyogo does come in with clutch goals against Rangers and, cup finals and semis. But then saying that, Idah did last year. He shut me up, didn't he? Big Adam Idah. He karate chopped me right in the fucking Adam's apple. Did Big Adam Idah. So, unfortunate for me, but... what do you guys think? Is Chris Sutton overreacting, or does a big replacement need to come in? And it kind of makes the Louis Barry 10 million reports that Celtic bid for him, adds a wee bit more weight to them, doesn't it, at the end of the day? Because it didn't really seem like that would have been the case if this wasn't going through. So, what do you make of it, guys? Would you take Louis Barry as a Kyogo replacement, or would you like someone a wee bit better? Leave it down below. But we'll be back later. You know the score later. Rangers United, massive game. Then we'll have the European review show up at some point as well. So until then, peace.